Todd Anthony Shaw, known to the world as Too Short, was born on April 28th, 1966, in Los Angeles, California. Growing up in South Central Los Angeles, Todd's early years were shaped by the tough streets and vibrant culture of the city. South Central was a place of contrasts, where creativity flourished in the midst of hardship. It was here, in the heart of LA, that young Todd was introduced to the sounds that would influence his life. The deep grooves of funk, the rhythmic beats of early hip-hop, and the raw energy of the streets. Todd's family was close-knit, but life in South Central was far from easy. The neighborhood was notorious for its gang violence, poverty, and struggles. Yet it was also a community rich in culture, where music served as both a form of expression and a means of escape. Todd found solace in the rhythms and rhymes that filled the airwaves, particularly drawn to the sounds of artists like Parliament Funkadelic and James Brown. These early musical influences planted the seeds of what would eventually become his signature style. In the early 1980s, when Todd was in his teens, his family moved to Oakland, California, a decision that would prove to be a turning point in his life. Oakland was a city with its own unique vibe, known for its activism, diverse culture, and a burgeoning rap scene that was just beginning to take shape. For Todd, the move was both an adjustment and an opportunity. Oakland was a place where independence and self-expression were valued, and the city's rich musical landscape was a perfect breeding ground for his talents. At Oakland's Fremont High School, Todd found himself surrounded by a mix of different cultures and sounds. The city's music scene was thriving, with influences ranging from soul and funk to the early sounds of hip-hop. It was here that Todd began to experiment with rap, drawing inspiration from the streets of Oakland and the stories he heard around him. His style was raw, unfiltered, and unapologetically honest, traits that would define his career. Todd's early forays into music weren't just about making beats and rhymes. They were a reflection of the world he lived in. He started by performing at local parties and talent shows, gaining a reputation for his quick wit and catchy, explicit lyrics. His performances were a hit, and it wasn't long before he adopted the stage name Too Short, a nod to his small stature but big personality. The name stuck, and so did his unique approach to rap. In these early days, Too Short wasn't just making music, he was crafting a persona that embodied the hustle and grit of Oakland. His lyrics were a blend of street wisdom, humor, and brash honesty, capturing the essence of the city's life. He wasn't afraid to push boundaries, using his music to tell stories that others shied away from. Whether rapping about the hustle, partying, or the struggles of life in the streets, Too Short's early work resonated with those who lived the experiences he described. But it wasn't just his lyrics that set him apart. It was his DIY approach to the music business. Too Short was one of the first rappers to embrace the independent hustle, selling his mixtapes directly to fans out of the trunk of his car. This entrepreneurial spirit was a key part of his identity, reflecting both the influence of Oakland's street culture and the necessity of finding a way to make a living from his art. He quickly realized that to succeed, he couldn't wait for a record label to come calling. He had to build his own path. As he continued to hone his craft, Too Short's reputation grew. His early tapes were raw, filled with the kind of gritty, unfiltered content that mainstream radio wouldn't touch, but that didn't stop them from spreading through the underground. His music was passed around like a secret code, resonating with listeners who recognized the authenticity in his words. By the mid-1980s, Too Short had built a solid local following, laying the foundation for what would become a legendary career. By the time Too Short was ready to release his first studio album, Don't Stop Rappin'. In 1983, he was already a household name in Oakland's rap scene. The album, released on the local 75 Girls label, featured the same raw, explicit lyrics that had made him popular on the streets. With its minimalist beats and straightforward delivery, Don't Stop Rappin' was a reflection of Too Short's unpretentious style and his commitment to staying true to his roots. The album's success in the local market was a testament to his growing influence and the beginning of a new chapter in his career. Too Short's early life and rise to local fame in Oakland set the stage for his eventual breakthrough into the national spotlight. His experiences in Los Angeles and Oakland, coupled with his determination to succeed on his own terms, shaped the artist he would become. From the streets of South Central to the studios of Oakland, Too Short's journey was just beginning. A journey that would see him rise from a local sensation to a hip-hop legend. By the time Todd Shaw had fully embraced his identity as Too Short, the rap scene in Oakland was buzzing with energy. The city, known for its rich cultural tapestry and history of activism, was a hotbed for creativity and self-expression. In the early 1980s, Oakland streets were alive with the sounds of funk, soul, and a new emerging genre that would soon dominate the airwaves, hip-hop. It was in this vibrant environment that Too Short began to carve out his place in the music world. Too Short's early days in Oakland were defined by his relentless hustle. He wasn't just trying to make music, he was trying to make a name for himself in a city that celebrated authenticity and realness above all else. Inspired by the likes of Grandmaster Flash, Run DMC, and the West Coast's own burgeoning rap movement, Too Short started to develop a style that was distinctly his own. He mixed the storytelling traditions of funk with the raw, street-level narratives of rap, creating something new and exciting. One of the most significant elements of Too Short's early career was his decision to stay independent. Long before the major record labels came calling, Too Short was selling his tapes directly to fans. This wasn't just a business move, it was a reflection of the DIY ethos that permeated Oakland's music scene. With limited resources, Too Short turned to the streets, selling his mixtapes out of the trunk of his car. This grassroots approach helped him build a loyal following, one that would stick with him throughout his career. Too Short's lyrics were unlike anything else at the time. He spoke directly to the people who lived the same experiences he rapped about, using language that was raw, explicit, and unfiltered. His early tracks were filled with tales of street life, partying, and the realities of growing up in a tough environment. Songs like Girl Cocaine, Playboy Short, and Don't Stop Rappin' became underground hits, capturing the attention of those who found resonance in his words. His delivery was smooth yet forceful, a style that quickly became his trademark. While many of his peers were looking to New York for inspiration, Too Short stayed rooted in the West Coast, infusing his music with the laid-back, funky rhythms that define the Bay Area sound. His beats were simple yet effective, providing the perfect backdrop for his lyrical content. This was music made for cruising through the streets, for block parties, and for those late-night gatherings that defined Oakland's social scene. In 1985, Too Short released the album Players, which further solidified his status as a local legend. The album featured tracks that would become classics in his catalog, including Freaky Tales and Dope Fiend Beat. These songs were emblematic of Too Short's style, provocative, unfiltered, and deeply rooted in the culture of Oakland. Freaky Tales, in particular, became one of Too Short's signature tracks, with its slow, bass-heavy beat and explicit lyrics that told stories of his various sexual escapades. The song was a bold statement, one that established Too Short as a rapper, unafraid to push boundaries. The success of Players caught the attention of Jive Records, a label that was looking to expand its roster with more West Coast talent. By this point, Too Short had already proven that he could sell records independently, but a deal with Jive offered the opportunity to take his music to a national audience. In 1987, he released Born to Mac under Jive Records, and it became his breakout album. Born to Mac wasn't just a hit in Oakland. It resonated with listeners across the country, bringing Too Short's explicit, streetwise rhymes to a much broader audience. Born to Mac was a game changer for Too Short. The album's success wasn't just about its sales, it was about what it represented. Here was an artist who had built his career from the ground up, staying true to his roots and his style, and now he was being recognized on a national level. Tracks like Freaky Tales and Dope Fiend Beat became anthems, not just in Oakland but in cities across America. Too Short's unapologetic approach to rap set him apart from other artists, and his success with Born to Mac was proof that there was a market for his brand of music. As Too Short's fame grew, so did his influence. He wasn't just a rapper, he was becoming a symbol of the West Coast rap scene, a pioneer who helped define what it meant to be a West Coast MC. His music, with its heavy bass lines and laid-back delivery, would go on to influence a generation of artists who followed in his footsteps. But for Too Short, this was just the beginning. The birth of Too Short as a rap icon was marked by his ability to stay true to his origins, while also pushing the boundaries of what rap music could be. His early days in Oakland laid the foundation for a career that would see him rise to the top of the hip-hop world. With Born to Mac, Too Short had officially arrived, and the stage was set for his transition from a local legend to a national superstar. The release of Born to Mac in 1987 was a defining moment for Too Short. This album was more than just a collection of tracks. It was a statement of intent. With its raw lyrics and bass-heavy beats, it captured the essence of Oakland streets and resonated with listeners far beyond the Bay Area. Born to Mac was an unfiltered look at life through Too Short's eyes. Unapologetic, gritty, and real. The album's success catapulted him from a local sensation to a national figure, solidifying his place in the pantheon of West Coast rap. Born to Mac was a commercial success, but it was its follow-up, Life is Too Short, released in 1988, that truly elevated Too Short to stardom. The album quickly became a landmark in hip-hop, selling over 1 million copies and achieving platinum status. With hits like Life is Too Short and City of Dope, the album encapsulated Too Short's unique style and his ability to connect with audiences on a deeper level. His lyrics were a mix of braggadocio and street wisdom, delivered with a laid-back flow that was both engaging and impactful. The title track, Life is Too Short, became an anthem. In it, Too Short rapped about the brevity of life and the importance of living it on your own terms. The song's hook, Life is too short, you gotta get yours before it's too late, struck a chord with listeners who related to its message of seizing the moment. It was this blend of realism and motivation that made Too Short's music resonate so strongly with his audience. He wasn't just rapping about the struggles and pleasures of life, he was offering a philosophy that many found empowering. The success of Life is Too Short marked a turning point in Too Short's career. He was no longer just an underground artist with a regional following. He was now a major player in the hip-hop industry. The album's success was due in part to its universal themes, which transcended the specific experiences of Oakland and spoke to a broader audience. Too Short's ability to blend local flavor with universal appeal was key to his success and helped establish him as a pioneer of West Coast rap. Too Short's rise to fame coincided with the broader ascent of West Coast hip-hop. While the East Coast had long been seen as the epicenter of rap, the late 1980s and early 1990s saw a shift, with West Coast artists like N.Yoe, Ice-T, and Eazy-E beginning to dominate the scene. Too Short was at the forefront of this movement, bringing the sounds and stories of Oakland to the rest of the world. His success helped pave the way for other West Coast artists, showing that there was a hunger for music that reflected the realities of life on the West Coast. As his star continued to rise, Too Short remained true to his roots. Despite his growing fame, he never strayed far from the style and subject matter that had made him popular. He continued to produce music that was unapologetically explicit, filled with tales of street life, hustling, and the pursuit of pleasure. This consistency endeared him to his fans, who appreciated his refusal to compromise his vision for mainstream success. Too Short's music was a reflection of who he was: raw, unfiltered, and real. In addition to his solo work, Too Short began to collaborate with other artists, further expanding his influence in the hip-hop world. He worked with fellow West Coast legends like Ice Cube, Tupac Shakur, and Snoop Dogg, bringing his unique style to their projects. These collaborations helped cement his status as a key figure in the West Coast rap scene and introduced his music to even wider audiences. Too Short's ability to adapt his style to different collaborations while maintaining his distinct voice was a testament to his versatility as an artist. The late 1980s and early 1990s were a period of immense growth for Too Short. He continued to release successful albums, including Short Dogs in the House, 1990, and Shorty the Pimp, 1992, both of which further solidified his place in the rap game. These albums continued to explore the themes that had become synonymous with Too Short: street life, partying, and the pursuit of success. His music remained true to its roots, even as his audience grew and his influence expanded. Too Short's rise to stardom was not without its challenges. As his fame grew, so did the scrutiny of his lyrics. Critics often focused on the explicit content of his music, accusing him of promoting misogyny and violence. Too Short, however, defended his work, arguing that his lyrics were a reflection of the world he came from, a world that was often harsh and unforgiving. He saw his music as a form of storytelling, a way to give voice to the realities of life in Oakland. Despite the criticism, Too Short refused to alter his style, maintaining that his music was an authentic representation of his experiences. By the early 1990s, Too Short wasn't just a rapper. He was a cultural icon. His music had become a soundtrack for a generation, influencing countless artists and shaping the direction of West Coast hip-hop. His ability to stay relevant in a rapidly changing industry was a testament to his talent and his deep connection with his audience. Too Short's rise to stardom was a journey marked by determination, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to his craft. As Too Short's career continued to flourish, he began to think about his legacy. He had achieved a level of success that few could have imagined when he first started selling tapes out of the trunk of his car. But for Too Short, success wasn't just about record sales or chart positions. It was about staying true to himself and his music. This commitment to authenticity would become a cornerstone of his legacy, influencing not just his career, but the entire landscape of hip-hop. As Too Short's career continued to ascend, so did his impact on the broader hip-hop culture. By the early 1990s, Too Short had firmly established himself as one of the leading voices in West Coast rap. His influence wasn't just limited to his music, it extended to the way he conducted his career and how he navigated the rap industry. Too Short's journey from selling tapes on the streets of Oakland to becoming a multi-platinum artist was a testament to the power of independence and self-determination. One of the key aspects of Too Short's cultural impact was his role in popularizing the Bay Area's distinct sound and style. While West Coast rap was often associated with the gangsta rap that originated in Los Angeles, Too Short brought a different flavor to the scene. His music was slower, funkier, and more laid back, reflecting the vibe of Oakland. This sound would go on to influence a host of other artists from the Bay Area, helping to define the region's musical identity. Too Short's lyrical content also had a significant impact on hip-hop. His explicit, street-level narratives were both praised and criticized, but there was no denying their influence. Too Short's music was often described as reality rap, a precursor to the gangsta rap that would later dominate the charts. His unflinching portrayal of life in the streets resonated with listeners who saw their own experiences reflected in his lyrics. This realism, combined with his storytelling ability, made Too Short a pioneering figure in the evolution of hip hop. Beyond his influence on the music itself, Too Short also had a profound impact on the business side of hip hop. His decision to remain independent for much of his early career was a bold move that set the stage for future artists to take control of their own destinies. Too Short's success proved that it was possible to build a career without relying on major labels, a lesson that would inspire countless other artists to follow in his footsteps. In this way, Too Short helped to pave the way for the independent hip hop movement that would later become a major force in the industry. As Too Short's influence grew, so did his collaborations with other artists. He became known for his ability to seamlessly blend his style with that of other rappers, creating tracks that were both unique and true to his roots. One of his most notable collaborations was with Tupac Shakur on the track I Get Around, which became a hit and further solidified Too Short's status as a key player in the rap game. His work with other artists not only expanded his audience, but also showcased his versatility as a rapper. Too Short's influence wasn't just limited to the West Coast. His music reached audiences across the country, and his style influenced artists from coast to coast. His success helped to break down regional barriers in hip-hop, showing that great music could come from anywhere, not just New York or Los Angeles. This was particularly important in the early 1990s, when the East Coast-West Coast rivalry was at its peak. Too Short's ability to transcend these divisions and appeal to a broad audience was a testament to his talent and the universal appeal of his music. Despite his success, Too Short never lost sight of where he came from. He remained deeply connected to Oakland, and his music continued to reflect the city's culture and ethos. Even as he achieved mainstream success, Too Short stayed true to his roots, using his platform to shine a light on the struggles and triumphs of life in the Bay Area. This commitment to authenticity earned him the respect of fans and fellow artists alike, solidifying his place as a true hip-hop pioneer. As the 1990s progressed, Too Short continued to evolve as an artist. He experimented with new sounds and themes, but always stayed true to the core elements that had made him successful. Albums like Get In Where You Fit In, 1993, and Cocktails, 1995, showcased his ability to adapt to the changing landscape of hip-hop while maintaining his distinct voice. These albums continue to build on the themes of street life, independence, and self-determination that had been central to his earlier work. Too Short's influence on hip-hop culture extended beyond his music. He became a mentor to younger artists, helping to guide the next generation of rappers as they navigated the industry. His experience and wisdom made him a respected figure in the hip-hop community, and his willingness to share his knowledge with others was a testament to his character. Too Short's legacy wasn't just about his own success, it was about the impact he had on the culture as a whole. By the mid-1990s, Too Short had firmly established himself as a legend in the rap game. His music had become a part of the cultural fabric of hip-hop, influencing artists across the country and around the world. Too Short's ability to stay relevant in a ever-changing industry was a testament to his talent and his deep connection with his audience. He had built a career on his own terms, and his success was a reflection of his dedication, resilience, and unwavering commitment to his craft. As Too Short looked back on his career, he could see the impact he had made on hip-hop. From his early days in Oakland to his rise to national fame, Too Short had remained true to himself and his music. His influence could be seen in the work of countless artists who had followed in his footsteps, and his legacy as a pioneer of West Coast rap was secure. Too Short had achieved a level of success that few could have imagined when he first started selling tapes out of the trunk of his car. But for Too Short, the journey was far from over. He continued to make music, to influence the culture, and to inspire the next generation of artists. As the 1990s drew to a close, Too Short's influence in the world of hip-hop was undeniable. With a career that spanned over a decade, He had not only carved out a niche for himself as a pioneer of West Coast rap, but had also set the stage for future generations of artists. However, Too Short was never content to rest on his laurels. As he looked towards the future, he began to explore opportunities beyond music, expanding his influence into new realms and solidifying his status as a multifaceted cultural icon. One of Too Short's most notable ventures outside of music was his foray into acting. With his larger-than-life persona and natural charisma, it was only a matter of time before he made the leap from the recording studio to the silver screen. Too Short's acting career began with small roles in films like Menace to Society, 1993, and Get In Where You Fit In, 1993, where he played characters that were not too far removed from his rap persona, streetwise, confident, and unflinchingly honest. As his acting career progressed, Too Short began to take on more substantial roles. He appeared in several films throughout the 1990s and early 2000s, including The Game, 1997, and American Pimp, 1999, where he brought his unique blend of humor and grit to the screen. These roles allowed Too Short to reach new audiences and further expand his brand beyond the world of hip-hop. While he was never a leading man in Hollywood, his appearances in these films added another layer to his already diverse career. In addition to acting, Too Short also ventured into the world of business. Like many of his contemporaries, he recognized the potential to leverage his fame and influence to create new revenue streams. Too Short's entrepreneurial spirit led him to invest in a variety of ventures, including a record label, Up All Night Music, which he launched in the early 2000s. Through Up All Night, Too Short aimed to give a platform to emerging artists, particularly those from the Bay Area, helping to nurture the next generation of talent. Too Short's business acumen was not limited to music. He also explored opportunities in fashion, launching a clothing line that reflected his distinctive style. The line featured a range of streetwear, including t-shirts, hoodies, and hats, emblazoned with Too Short's iconic slogans and imagery. The clothing line was a hit with fans, further cementing Too Short's status as a cultural trendsetter. His ability to stay relevant in both the music and fashion industries was a testament to his understanding of the evolving cultural landscape. Despite his success in these ventures, Too Short never strayed far from his roots in music. He continued to release albums throughout the 2000s and 2010s, proving that he was still a force to be reckoned with in the rap game. Albums like You Nasty, 2000, Chase the Cat, 2001, and Blow the Whistle, 2006, showcased Too Short's ability to adapt to the changing sounds of hip-hop while staying true to his signature style. These projects further solidified his reputation as a rap legend, and his fan base remained as loyal as ever. In addition to his solo work, Too Short also became known for his collaborations with a new generation of artists. As the 2000s progressed, hip-hop underwent a significant transformation, with the rise of Southern rap and the mainstreaming of trap music. Too Short, ever the innovator, embraced these changes and began working with younger artists who were shaping the future of the genre. His collaborations with artists like Lil Jon, E40, and Snoop Dogg introduced his music to a new audience and demonstrated his continued relevance in a rapidly changing industry. Too Short's ability to connect with younger artists wasn't just about staying relevant. It was also about passing on the knowledge he had gained over his decades-long career. As a mentor, Too Short was generous with his time and advice, helping to guide up-and-coming rappers as they navigated the challenges of the music industry. His influence on the next generation of artists was profound, and many of today's biggest stars credit Too Short with helping to shape their careers. While Too Short's influence in hip-hop remained strong, he also faced his share of challenges. Throughout his career, he had been a lightning rod for controversy, particularly due to the explicit content of his lyrics. Critics often accused him of promoting negative stereotypes and misogyny, and these accusations followed him into the new millennium. Too Short, however, was unapologetic. He saw his music as a reflection of the realities of life, not an endorsement of them. For Too Short, the controversy was simply part of the package, an inevitable consequence of his commitment to telling the truth as he saw it. Despite the criticism, Too Short's legacy in hip hop was secure. By the 2010s, he was widely recognized as one of the pioneers of West Coast rap, a trailblazer who had helped to shape the genre and pave the way for future generations. His music continued to resonate with fans old and new, and his influence could be felt in the work of countless artists who had followed in his footsteps. Too Short's ability to stay relevant in an industry known for its fickleness was a testament to his talent, resilience, and unwavering dedication to his craft. As Too Short expanded his career beyond music, he also became increasingly involved in philanthropy and community work. He recognized the importance of giving back to the communities that had supported him throughout his career, and he used his platform to advocate for causes close to his heart. Too Short was particularly passionate about supporting youth programs in Oakland, helping to provide opportunities for young people to pursue their dreams and avoid the pitfalls of street life. His commitment to his community further solidified his status as a role model and leader in the hip-hop world. By the late 2010s, Too Short had achieved a level of success that few could have imagined when he first started selling tapes out of the trunk of his car. He had built a career that spanned multiple decades, with numerous platinum albums, successful business ventures, and a lasting impact on the culture of hip-hop. Too Short's journey from the streets of Oakland to the heights of the music industry was a testament to his talent, hard work, and unyielding belief in himself. As the 2010s gave way to the 2020s, Too Short's influence on the world of hip-hop only continued to grow. While some artists might fade into obscurity after decades in the industry, Too Short remained a relevant and respected figure, both as a musician and as a cultural icon. His music continued to be celebrated by fans and critics alike, and his contributions to the genre were acknowledged by the industry through various honors and awards. One of the most significant aspects of Too Short's legacy is his impact on modern rap. As a pioneer of West Coast hip-hop, Too Short helped to shape the sound and style of the genre in its early days, and his influence can be seen in the work of countless artists who came after him. His emphasis on storytelling, his unapologetically explicit lyrics, and his dedication to staying true to his roots set the stage for the next generation of rappers, many of whom have cited Too Short as a major influence on their careers. Artists like Kendrick Lamar, YG, and Nipsey Hussle, who have all made significant contributions to West Coast hip-hop in recent years, have openly acknowledged Too Short's influence on their work. His ability to blend raw, street-level narratives with catchy hooks and memorable beats has become a blueprint for many of today's most successful rappers. Too Short's legacy is not just about the music he made, but about the doors he opened for future generations of artists to express themselves authentically. Too Short's influence also extends beyond the West Coast. His music has had a lasting impact on the broader hip-hop landscape, influencing artists from all regions of the country. The Southern rap scene in particular has embraced Too Short's style, with many artists from Atlanta, Houston, and New Orleans citing him as an inspiration. His collaborations with Southern rap icons like Lil Jon and UGK helped to bridge the gap between the West Coast and the South, creating a cross-regional influence that has shaped the direction of hip-hop for decades. In addition to his influence on modern rap, Too Short's legacy is also evident in the continued celebration of his classic work. Albums like Life is Unchai, Too Short, and Born to Mac are now considered essential listening for anyone interested in the history of hip-hop. These albums have been reissued and celebrated in various retrospectives and they continue to inspire new generations of listeners. Too Short's ability to create timeless music that resonates across generations is a testament to his skill as a storyteller and his deep understanding of the culture he helped to shape. Too Short's influence is also evident in the way he has been embraced by the hip hop community as an elder statesman. In a genre that often prioritizes youth and new trends, Too Short has managed to maintain his relevance by staying true to his roots while also adapting to the changing landscape of the music industry. His willingness to collaborate with younger artists and his openness to new sounds have kept him at the forefront of the genre, even as he enters his fifth decade in the business. Beyond his musical legacy, Too Short's influence can also be seen in his role as a mentor and leader within the hip hop community. He has used his platform to support up-and-coming artists, offering guidance and advice to those navigating the challenges of the music industry. Too Short's commitment to helping others succeed is a reflection of his own journey and the lessons he has learned along the way. His influence as a mentor has helped to shape the careers of many successful artists, ensuring that his legacy will continue to be felt for years to come. As Too Short reflects on his career, it's clear that his journey has been one of resilience, innovation, and an unwavering commitment to authenticity. From his early days in Oakland to his status as a hip-hop legend, Too Short has remained true to himself and his music, creating a body of work that has had a profound impact on the culture of hip-hop. His legacy is not just about the music he made, but about the way he approached his career, with independence, determination, and a refusal to compromise his vision. In the end, Too Short's legacy is about more than just his music. It's about the cultural impact he has had on the world of hip-hop and beyond. His influence can be seen in the work of countless artists, in the continued celebration of his classic albums, and in the way he has been embraced by the hip-hop community as a mentor and leader. Too Short's journey is a testament to the power of staying true to oneself, and his legacy will continue to inspire future generations of artists to follow their own path. As the 2020s continue, Too Short remains an active and influential figure in hip-hop. He continues to release new music, collaborate with artists across the genre, and use his platform to advocate for causes he believes in. His journey from the streets of Oakland to the heights of the music industry is a story of perseverance, innovation, and a deep love for the culture of hip-hop. Too Short's legacy is secure, and his influence will continue to be felt for generations to come.